beat David Bradshaw.
You need to pick a number and get in line.
You betcha. We're ready for the 20 laps that will decide it here in San Diego. The gate about to drop, and let's see who's going to get the start tonight. It is Mike Kedrowski, number 3, who grabs the lead. His teammate Jeff Ward in second spot. Damon Bradshaw is third. So it is not the spectacular start that he has had in the last 3 races. He's led 59 of the last 60 laps in main events. He's not going to lead lap 1. He's in danger of losing third. Number 9, coming up to make it a Kawasaki freight train, is Jeff Matasevich.
And Matasevich does not quite get the job done. Bradshaw used that outside rail where all the power and the speed is to hold on to that number 3 position.
Kedrowski is the leader as Bradshaw puts the pressure on Jeff Ward, and the rest of the field comes storming behind. You got a glimpse of number 1 Jean-Michel Bale trying to catch up, and there goes Bradshaw, aggressive early.
What a move. He's not waiting. He went high, then just cut to the inside. Jeff Ward had no idea he was coming, and he was set up perfectly for that pass.
Didn't we just hear Jeff Ward say it was going to take a veteran to beat this kid?
That was a veteran kind of move that Bradshaw just pulled.
You got it. There is the signal to Kedrowski. Gas it up. Nobody needs to tell Mike that this man is on his heels. Damon Bradshaw currently second. Mike Kedrowski, the race leader, has never won a Supercross main event. He's been a solid competitor in the 125 class, twice the national champion in that division. A Supercross victory has eluded him, and if he is going to claim his debut victory here this evening, he's got to hold off Damon Bradshaw. His turn to try and do that. Nobody else has been able to this year.
Dave, I think it's good to point out that in earlier races, we saw Bradshaw move immediately. He would not follow. He immediately went to the front. Now, I want to go back and say that we had talked about Bradshaw being the only guy that could beat Bradshaw. And what I meant when I said that was that he's got to look out for these careless mistakes that you make when you're really aggressive early in the race. Now, right now, Bradshaw is kind of probing, and he's picking his place to pass on this racetrack. He's studying every move that Kedrowski is making and biding his time. When he makes the pass, it's going to be, I would think, a good, safe, clean pass. He's not going to put himself in any danger. I think Bradshaw right now is really riding a smart race.
And that alone is a big difference from what we've seen in the last 3 outings. He didn't wait for anybody. He didn't size anybody up. He just charged out, knew he could make the pass, made it, and went on his way. But now he is definitely measuring Kedrowski, and Kedrowski is riding very, very well. Together, the two of them are pulling away from the rest of the field, which very early in the race has a pretty significant gap back to the third-place man, Jeff Ward. For the record, the 2 Honda riders, and here they are, 5th and 6th for Jean-Michel Bale and Jeff Stanton, and locked in a teammate struggle. We've seen this all year long. They're racing each other. They look like they're doing battle, but they're not racing for the lead like they were last year.
I can't wait for the race when the gate drops and we have all of the really good guys into that first corner and out of the first corner together.
Stanton makes the pass on Bale, takes over the 5th spot, will set his sights on number 9, Jeff Matasevich, who currently sits in 4th, and Bradshaw rides the rail to within a couple of bike lengths of the leader, Mike Kedrowski. Kedrowski through the whoops, calm, cool, collected, doesn't seem to be showing the pressure at all.
Well, one of the things that I like that Kedrowski is doing is riding his own race. He's not worrying about Bradshaw. You don't see him looking behind him, wondering where Bradshaw is going to come from. He's taking his lines. He's riding the best race that he possibly can. And I think he's saying, hey, if he gets me now, then he gets me.
I am dazzled at the pace. They have put a straightaway on 3rd place, and Kedrowski is setting that pace, albeit pushed by Bradshaw. Here's Kedrowski on the good line. Bradshaw going out into the wide open spaces there. Will he pull off the pass? He got him.
Oh, that was a major league Supercross pass. Bradshaw went to the outside, just dialed the throttle of the Yamaha, used the high part of the racetrack, and railed around Kedrowski. That was beautiful.
He set that up through that most difficult set of whoop-de-doos we've talked a lot about here this evening. It has been a trouble spot for a lot of the good riders, but it was like a three-way to the lead for Damon Bradshaw, who now takes the advantage on lap 4 and immediately opens up the separation over Mike Kedrowski. We'll be right back.
Introducing Color Match, the acrylics.
Goes Jack Murphy Stadium, where Damon Bradshaw is leading round 5 of the AMA Camel Supercross Series over Mike Kedrowski. Jeff Ward, number 6, trying to close in from 3rd spot. And behind him, his teammate Jeff Matasevich. Number 2 is Jeff Stanton. And number 1, Jean-Michel Bale. As we set the top 6, the battle for position right now is 4th and 5th between Matasevich and Stanton. And that one's been going on for a while. Stanton's not had much luck getting around.
Well, we talked about easy tracks and tough tracks, and I think we're finding now that no matter how easy or tough the track is, when you have good guys up front, passing is very, very difficult in Supercross.
Well, now the interesting thing to me about this easy track, hard track thing is that so far the results are the same. We've been on 3 easy tracks the last 3 weeks. Now we're on the hardest track all year long, but I don't see a lot of difference. I see number 4 out front running away from the rest of these guys.
And like I said, number 4 is going to tell you when this one is over that this was a great racetrack. And we're going to go back in the pack, and I'm sure that there's someone back there that's going to say, boy, this track was terrible.
Nothing terrible about this. Check out the action. Matasevich skimming the bumps over the top, takes over third. Ward up the inside, boom, hits him in the back. Stanton tries to come around Ward. Now they go 3 wide through the whoop-de-doos. 4 wide for a moment. Stanton charges between Matasevich and Ward and takes over third.
And here comes JMB right behind.
What a battle for position. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th are at issue. Ward was the big loser in that. He went from 3rd to 6th in the span of 2 straightaways and a set of whoop-de-doos, and Stanton is definitely charging. Now, this is the kind of Jeff Stanton action we've been looking for all year long. Bale, number 1, going to work on Matasevich. Stanton splitting in 3rd.
Jean-Michel Bale now in 5th, trying to catch Matasevich. Now, Matasevich has been good in the early part of the race all season long. Because of that leg, though, he's not 100%. He starts to fade. The question is now, how long will he hold up Bale before he does start to fade and Bale can get around it?
And, of course, Bale's still a little bit of a question mark after the brutal crash in his heat race. He may be a little detuned, so you got a couple of guys there for whom health is the issue, currently running in the 4th and 5th spots. Stanton charging hard, pulling away, maintaining, I'm sure, the hope that he can catch up. Bale goes to the outside on the line that Bradshaw used to make that pass. Zings in underneath. Is he going to get around him here?
I don't know. Matasevich, yes, he is. He's going to make it. But Matasevich looked over and he saw Bale and he tried to take that line away. But Bale just kept right on coming. Then he changed lines and dropped down underneath him, and that made the pass for him.
Boy, Bale is slick. He is just a master at passing. Whether the track is easy or difficult, whether it's smooth or rough, he can always find the smoothest place to go. And he makes it look so effortless. He really doesn't use a lot of frantic body English to control that motorcycle.
Yeah, Supercross is an aggressive type of riding, and when we talk aggressive, of course, we have to look at this man, the leader, Damon Bradshaw, the most aggressive rider on the circuit. He combines 2 things. He combines the grace and the beauty that Jean-Michel Bale presents with the aggressive brute force of maybe, say, a Jeff Stanton.
In that second spot, you got a glimpse of number 3, Mike Kudrowski. He led it early. He's been stuck in the runner-up spot since this man, Damon Bradshaw, went flashing by. The question remains, can anybody beat Damon? Tonight, I don't see any likely candidates on the horizon. Matasevich has slipped back into the clutches of Michael Craig, who is having his best main event ride of the season. And yet, further back behind him comes number 7, Mike LaRocco, who won at Orlando and is still trying to find the form that carried him to victory in that season opener. That is a trio of Kawasaki's working their way in positions 5th, 6th, and 7th.
I'm going to give a call to the rider behind LaRocco. It's Jeff Ward as he continues to slip back. I see nothing on the surface that is wrong with Jeff Ward, but he must have some kind of a problem out there.
Michael Craig takes a double jump where Matasevich took a single and takes a position for his trouble. Craig has a lot of experience on these stadium courses, generally racing with the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Series, that truck racing series where they tear up all those pickup trucks. Craig races in what's called the Ultracross series that runs as a companion to that.
Whether it means anything or not, this track was built by the same man that builds those tracks in that Ultracross series, so that might be a plus for Michael Craig.
He's certainly worked his way through all those Kawasaki's right now and is in line for a top 5 finish. We'll give a call to number 10, Larry Ward, number 5, Guy Cooper, of whom we've seen a fair amount here this evening. But in the main event, again, the bad start seems to be the bugaboo for Cooper. He's not been able to charge up into contention.
And Mike LaRocco just took a piece of Matasevich there as he moves up 1 more. And again, you know, the track is tough, and Matasevich is fading maybe a little bit earlier than normal. My hat's still off to him, as you pointed out. I can't believe the guy is even riding.
We'll be back with with more of the San Diego Supercross. Where Jeff Stanton just got a gimme. Mike Kudrowski bobbled for a moment, tipped over. Stanton comes by, takes over second place. Kudrowski falls to third. And meanwhile, there's a tremendous battle for fifth as Mike Craig comes under pressure from Mike LaRocco. A pair of Kawasaki Mikes and LaRocco looking to the inside. Craig under a lot of pressure, responding pretty well. Holds his line and keeps LaRocco at bay for the moments.
Moments over. LaRocco found a good inside line, said bye-bye. He takes over the number 5 position. Of course, immediately in front of him, Jean-Michel Bayle in 4.
So the running order shaken a little bit in the top 5 spots. Check the interval here as Damon Bradshaw comes flashing by in the lead. And what a lead it is. The story of the 1992 Supercross Series. Bradshaw out front by how much? This much. Number 2, Jeff Stanton coming by. Now, Kudrowski got up off the ground and held on to third spot. But Jean-Michel Bayle is right there to attack him. And I think that will be the developing story because Bayle seems to be in good health after that brutal heat race crash. He has been conservative this evening and now is ready to charge. You heard him say in the interview after the heat race that he was basically feeling, or after the semi rather, that he was basically feeling himself out for the main event. Now is the time for him to go.
Yeah, I think probably though the first few laps he was still feeling himself out. My guess would be that he's, with only one position or so to gain because of the huge gap in front of Mike Kudrowski between himself and Stanton and then on up to Bradshaw, that probably Bayle is going to be content maybe with 4th place point. I don't look for a lot of action from the first 4 or 5 guys from here on out, Dave.
I want to put you on the spot because you disagreed with Hannah that if Bradshaw won tonight, this championship is over. And I wonder what you think it is that's going to save the title hopes of, for example, Jeff Stanton, number 2.
Well, I think that they all have a little bit left. And I think if they get off the line together that we're going to see them reach down and find that little bit extra. And I think we're going to see the matchups, the duels that we've been looking for all year long. I think Stanton can run with Bradshaw. And I certainly know that Bayle can run with Bradshaw. And I think that they need to prove it to themselves. And the only way they're going to do that is not give away that 5 or 10 seconds at the beginning of the race. They've got to get off of Bradshaw. They've got to run with him and then make the pass. And then I think we're going to see a whole new series.
As we watch Stanton circulating in second spot, there is a change in that 5th and 6th place battle. It's still LaRocco 5th, but the 6th place challenger is now Larry Ward as the number 59 bike of Mike Craig has fallen out of contention for that position. As we follow that LaRocco-Ward battle, I think there's one other point that should be made. Neither man will tell you this for the record, but Jeff Stanton and Jean-Michel Bayle both believe that before this series is over, Damon Bradshaw will crash again and hurt himself again, and that's what's going to keep him from winning the championship.
That could be wishful thinking on their part, Dave. I think they're going to have to do it themselves. I know I've said that Bradshaw is his own worst enemy, and I still believe that. But, oh, look.
Looky here.
Oh, boy. Talk about crashing.
Stanton has crashed himself out of second spot. Both Kudrowski and Bayle get by and drop the 2-time series champ to 4th. So, Damon Bradshaw is your leader. We'll take a look at the top 5 and be back in San Diego for the finish right after this. Stadium in San Diego, California, to the Damon Bradshaw Domination Tour 1992. He is en route for the 4th straight victory that Bob Hannah talked about at the top of the show. He is the class of Supercross with his 4th win in 5 starts, assuming he can hang on to this thing for one more lap.
Let me throw in a little known fact, or things you don't think about in Supercross. The last time anyone won, or a rider, I should say, won 4 in a row, it was Rick Johnson. And here's the little known fact: the tuner, the same guy that tunes for Damon Bradshaw, Brian Lunas.
I'll tell you what, Brian Lunas is a guru of this sport. He's a guy we're going to have to go spend some time with here the next couple of weeks because he is very much a part of Damon Bradshaw's success. He's been a stabilizing influence on a teenage kid known for his wild riding. He's focused Damon Bradshaw, and he has been very much a factor in this win streak that threatens to turn the 92 season into a runaway. Fair to say there's been some great racing, but it's all been the race for second spot. Damon Bradshaw, 19 years old, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, riding like a man possessed. He wants to win this championship by about 200 points. Look at here, battle for second, final lap. Mike Kudrowski under pressure. Here comes Jean-Michel Bayle, saving his best for last. Think he can get around him?
Oh, he's going to try every line on the racetrack. Look at there. He's going to the inside. Now he'll switch back to the outside, try to cut across.
Make it official. Bradshaw wins. Who's going to get second spot? Here they come. Give it to Kudrowski. Bale made it look close. It wasn't that close. Couple of bike legs. Jean-Michel Bale settles for third. Bradshaw has made it 4 in a row, 4 out of 5.